Hello, 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 hello. If you're out there, good morning if you're live. Yeah, I'm in a different space yet again. Last week in Florida, this week in my home, our guest room, and I'm with our new rescued dog here. So Minnie Mooch is out on the screen porch because it's a lovely day. So love to hear from you in the chat if you are here, and you can easily write something in. Come. So let's settle. Hi, I'm aLex Levin. This is meditation, a meditation on Sundays, but here on the recording for any time. Sundays 10 a.m. Eastern Time streaming. And this format generally is a little bit of my sharing a theme that's inspiring my meditation practice. And then we sit together. So sometimes I talk as much as 10, 11 minutes. I'm working on keeping it shorter. And then the meditation is 12 minutes together. Thanks for being here. It's different times, almost going on 2 full years of the pandemic, right? We're always adjusting. Just when we think we have something figured out, the path changes. So our dog is right here in his crate, just third day with us. He came as Rocky. We'll see what name he gets. So maybe he'll stay there, or maybe you'll see him close to me. Aperture, adjusting the aperture. We just passed the solstice where a little bit more light is coming to all of us, wherever you are on the planet, day by day. And it occurred to me that, again, sometimes I come slightly unprepared, haven't had a chance to check my facts, but I don't think there's anywhere on the planet that the day is like it goes completely to night. There's no day at all. I think up toward the North Pole or South Pole for their winter, it gets like a very, very short day, but I'm guessing it's a few hours. I'll have to check that out. Maybe you know. And so it reminded me of the yin yang symbol, and that even if something is intensely dark, figuratively or literally, there's at least the tiniest bit of light in there, or the potentiality of that light. Maybe it's so molecularly small or subatomic that we can't see it, can't feel it. And our task is, I think at times, and this is where the adjusting the aperture. So there is an aperture where light flows through. That we have a role to play in that. We can ask for seeing it. We can be open to where is it. We can inquire. We can be curious. We can Google it, DuckDuckGo it. All kinds of ways we can be open to what we don't yet know. In today's meditation, I'll talk us through a little bit. I'll bring attention to our eyes. A way to meditate is often with your eyes closed, and that feels very useful in terms of really allowing a going in, allowing a deeper grounding sometimes, or centering. And there's a meditation, as you probably know, with eyes open. Well, there's many forms of meditation. It might be eyes wide open. You can play with different effects, different practices. The one I work with myself is my eyes just barely open. And it's been a path. I've been practicing this way for about 3, going on 4 years now, in the fourth year. And it's been so interesting to notice what exactly how my eyes cooperate or don't cooperate, how much they'll open or not. This morning's meditation, my own, I found that my eyes were open quite a bit more than what I needed them to be. I just need them to be open just the tiniest little bit, just so nothing's really in focus. And I gaze sort of with my upright, from my upright spine, I gaze down to the floor. And it only needs to be just enough. So it almost feels like there's a sheer curtain of your, maybe it's some parts of your eyelashes or something, um, that's in the way. And what I find is a right and left eye are different. The left eye doesn't close the same way as the right eye. The quality of the shape, if that makes sense. So I'll ask you to play with that today. And if you find that if you usually do closed eye meditation, and you find that this is really unsettling or disturbing or mm, just doesn't work for you, try it and then let it go. So, all right, so let's take our seat. I start and end with a bell and a bow. And so you want to make sure that your seat and the seat and posture I'm referring to could be lying down, could be sitting up as I am, could be with your back against the wall, could be in a chair, could be any position at all. And the idea is to allow yourself to move towards stillness. The stillness allows us to be more aware of what we weren't aware of before. As my teacher Russell Dillman says, have a good journey. Palms together at the heart and bowing. What the bow feels like for you is what's relevant. Perhaps it feels like a thank you, a humility. Perhaps it feels like a prayer, paying respects. And I feel it's it's a gesture, bookcasing, book, or those bookending the beginning and end of our practice. And then the hands release and place them where you consciously want them to be. And I start with eyes closed usually as I check in with my mantra, the trio ground sound breath. My mantra for meditation. So ground, it doesn't matter what order really, but often, most of the time I start with ground. And this is the code word for not just the ground under me and all that supports me right here, right now, which is my own body, the bones, the organs, the skin, the breath. But this force, this gravitational force, which pulls downward, and the opposing force, which is a levity, an uprightness. About now, I would usually start to open my eyes, but you can see if that works for you or keep the eyes closed for a little bit longer. Shifting to noticing breath, how it touches, how it flows, where it touches, what are my body's responses, what the breath shows me like a tour guide. What responses do I have to my own breath? And sound. Notice how you receive sound coming toward you, to you, into you. And sound is the shorthand for sound and space around everything all around us, flowing to us, flowing away from us, from any direction circumferentially. Sound, smells, light, temperature, breath, ideas. Hold still without keeping yourself still. An Eric Schiffman phrase, a koan. Hold still without keeping yourself still. And if you haven't yet, just ever so slightly open your eyes. Keep your head upright, head over heart, heart over belly, if you're sitting upright. And just barely, barely open. So you might not even really see forms so much, some shadows. Stay relaxed in your jaw, relaxed in the forehead. Notice how trying on this little possibly different technique for you, how it registers today might be different than other days. And even if you've done this a gazillion times, just a little of your attention is on the eyes, even as one of the other primary things to allow in our meditation is just let go. Let go of any trying, let go of any idea of ourself, and sense that presence that's never not here, presence that never changes. So a little while ago, I had in the foreground the eyes, and I shifted to that letting go, that sense of the infinite, the absolute, that is everywhere, formless, timeless. And holding that in the foreground, can you also sense the eyes? Or maybe you come back to foreground the eyes, and that sense of the infinite goes in the background. The qualities of our attention, the mm, variations in our attention that are possible, allow us to do this, to toggle back and forth. Or as we become more familiar with things, we can hold things simultaneously in our consciousness. I invite you to frequently lean back into toward that infinite in the foreground. If you're new to the eye open, or for any reason, if you feel like closing your eyes now for the last minute, please do. And bowing together. Maybe you're already bowing, that's fine. Close your eyes for a moment. Rub your hands together and palm your eyes, as we often do in yoga. So the center of the palm is lightly over the eyes, not pressing, but the um, rim of the palm is around the rim of the eyes, and the fingers closed together, cross one set crosses the other. Make space for the heel of the hand to separate for the nose. This was new to me a few years ago. Just a deeper darkness, eyes closed. Imagine looking far into the deep darkness. Slowly slide your hands so the fingers are over the eyes and they separate and see the changing light and shades, hues, colors. And let the hands down. Hey, monster, come out here. He's asleep. He's asleep. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I'd be curious how you play with the light, allowing yourself to find the light, to feel the light, to close to the light as you need to retreat to a dark place and rest. There's a deep rest for the eyes. That palming is some fabulous rest. And check back with us here on YouTube or on sunandmoonstudio.com for the richness of many of our teachers are very seasoned. Oh, I was speaking of some of our newer teachers, and I used to be the director of our teacher training, and now it's Vicky Christian carries that mantle. And many of our newer teachers are long time yoga practitioners. So I'll mention another one. I mentioned somebody the other few weeks ago, and today I'll tell you to check out Marjorie Ames. And yin yoga, I think she's teaching, or yin and flow. She would be I don't know if she's offering it, but she would be a great meditation teacher. Um, and so that's just one suggestion, and I'll keep suggesting some of our newer teachers, but we also have some long time teachers, and uh, like Annie and Amir and many others, Jackie, Rixie, Vicky Christian, many. So with a rich way that each of us digests this ancient knowledge, the knowledge that science is corroborating, but it's been tried and true by yogis for many thousands of years, I think. You usually say like, say 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 since the coin was found with a meditator on it, or that's the date of it. But who knows? It could be from before then that humans were experimenting with all these states of being, states of consciousness. Surely, right? Ciao, ciao. See you next time.